On the open plains, speed looks like power, a blur of spotted fur. Dust rising behind long legs, a body stretched so far in motion that, for a moment, it barely seems to touch the ground. This is the cheetah, the fastest cat on Earth. But in the savannah, speed is not freedom. Speed is a gamble. A cheetah can outrun almost anything in a short burst, but it cannot run forever. It cannot fight like a lion. It cannot defend a meal like a hyena clan. It cannot waste energy as if the next chance is guaranteed. Here, the fastest hunter is also one of the most vulnerable, and every chase begins with the same rule. If the cheetah fails, the cost is immediate. Morning spreads across the grassland. The light is low, and the air is still cool. This is the hour when movement matters. A female cheetah stands on a small rise, watching the plain below. Behind her, 3 young cubs wait in the grass. They are old enough to follow, but not old enough to survive alone. They do not yet understand distance. They do not understand patience. They do not understand that a hunt can be lost long before the chase begins. Their mother does. She is not looking for the strongest animal. She is looking for the possible one. A young gazelle, a distracted antelope. A gap between the herd and safety. A moment when attention breaks. For a cheetah, hunting is not just about running fast. It is about making the run short enough to matter. The mother lowers her body into the grass. The cubs stay behind. This is their first lesson. Speed begins with stillness. Across the plain, a small group of gazelles feeds in broken patches of grass. Their heads lift often. Their ears turn. Their bodies are light, nervous, ready. They do not need to be faster than the cheetah in a straight line. They need to see her early. They need to turn sharply. They need to make the chase expensive. The mother creeps forward. One step, then a pause. Then another. The grass gives her some cover, but not enough. This is not a forest ambush. There are no thick shadows to hide in. The open plain gives the cheetah room to sprint, but it also gives the prey room to see. The same territory that creates her advantage creates her weakness. She moves closer. The cubs watch from behind a low bush. They see the shape of the hunt, but not yet the calculation inside it. The mother must get close before she explodes into motion. Too far and the chase will drain her. Too soon and the herd will scatter. Too late and the opening will close. A gazelle lifts its head. The cheetah freezes. For a few seconds, the whole plain seems to hold its breath. Then, the gazelle looks away. The mother moves again. Now, the distance is narrow enough. Her body changes. The stillness breaks. She launches forward. The first strides are not just fast. They are violent acceleration without chaos. Her spine flexes and extends like a spring. Her claws grip the ground. Her tail swings behind her, correcting balance as the prey turns. The gazelle bolts. The herd splits. Dust rises. The cheetah is no longer hiding. Now, everything depends on seconds. The gazelle cuts left. The cheetah follows. The tail counters the turn. The body leans. The paws strike and lift, strike and lift. This is what she's built for. Not endurance, not brute strength. A short, precise storm. But the gazelle is built for escape. It turns again. The cheetah closes the gap, then loses half a body length in the next twist. The chase stretches. Every extra second matters. The mother makes one final push. For a moment, she is close enough. Then, the gazelle breaks across harder ground and pulls away. The chase ends. No meal. No victory. Only breath, heat, and lost energy. The cheetah slows, then stops. Her sides move quickly. The cubs remain hidden. The plain returns to calm almost too quickly. The gazelles settle farther away. alive because the chase lasted just long enough for the cheetah's advantage to fade. This is the first truth of the fastest cut. Speed does not guarantee success. It only buys a brief chance. The mother walks back slowly. She cannot explain the failure to her cubs, but the lesson is there in her body. A failed hunt is not just an empty moment. It is energy spent with nothing returned. For a mother, that cost spreads. Her hunger remains. Her cubs remain hungry. The next attempt must happen with less strength than the first. In the savanna, failure compounds. The day grows warmer. The female leads her cubs toward shade. Cheetahs often hunt in daylight, when some larger predators are less active, but daylight has its own price. Heat rises from the ground. Visibility increases. The cover becomes thinner. The cubs play in the dust, swatting at each other, practicing movements they do not yet understand. Their games look careless, but they are rehearsals. Balance, coordination. The first shape of a chase. One day play must become survival. For now, they depend entirely on their mother's success. She rests, but she's not safe. A lion does not need to chase like a cheetah. A hyena does not need to match her speed. A larger predator can change the meaning of a successful hunt simply by arriving. This is the second weakness of the cheetah. Catching food is not the end. Keeping it is another battle. By late afternoon, the wind shifts. The mother rises again. Hunger has not waited. The cubs are left hidden in taller grass while she circles downwind of another herd. This time, the prey is spread out. That helps her. A tight herd has many eyes. A scattered herd has gaps. She chooses a young antelope on the edge. Not the biggest, not the strongest. The one with the smallest margin for error. She begins the stalk. The plain is quieter now. The low sun turns every blade of grass into a line of shadow. The cheetah uses those shadows. She does not move straight in. She curves. She poses behind small rises. She keeps her head low. Her body is famous for speed, but the hunt is mostly patience. The chase is only the final sentence. The story is written before it begins. The antelope steps away from the group. Just a little. But in the cheetah's world, a little is enough. The mother launches. The antelope reacts instantly. The chase cuts across the plain. This time the distance is shorter. The cheetah reaches full speed, then adjusts as the antelope turns. Her tail swings wide, her spine folds and releases. Her feet strike like quick decisions. The antelope makes one sharp move. The cheetah follows. Another turn. This time the prey loses balance. The mother closes the last gap. The chase ends in dust. She has won. But there is no time to celebrate. A successful hunt creates a new problem. The mother must recover. She must feed. She must call the cubs only when it is safe. And she must do all of this before stronger mouths arrive. She looks around. The savanna is open, and nothing stays secret for long. Vultures may notice from above. Hyenas may raid the movement. Lions may cross the same ground. The cheetah drags the meal toward cover as best she can. Her body is built to run, not to haul heavy weight. Every movement after the chase is slower. Every pause is dangerous. The cubs appear from the grass. They come quickly, excited and hungry. But the mother does not relax. She feeds with urgency. The cubs feed because her speed has paid for this moment. Still, the system is already moving against them. A shadow crosses the grass, then another. Birds begin to gather in the distance. The mother lifts her head. The cubs do not understand yet. A signal in the sky can become a signal to the whole plain. The longer they stay, the greater the chance of losing everything. This is the third truth of the cheetah. Even success has a deadline. The cubs eat fast. The mother watches more than she feeds. Her need is not only hunger, it is protection. She must balance her own recovery against the safety of the young. If she feeds too little, she weakens. If she stays too long, she risks drawing danger closer. If she moves too soon, the cubs lose food they may not get again today. There is no perfect choice, only the least costly one. A distant hyena appears on the edge of the plain. One animal at first, then another shape behind it. The mother stands. She cannot win this contest by force. Her body is not designed for that. The cubs hesitate over the meal. The mother gives a low signal and begins to move. The cubs follow. The meal is not finished. The hunt was successful, but the reward has been reduced. This is how the Savanna taxes the fastest cat, not always by taking everything. Sometimes by taking enough, the family slips into taller grass. Behind them, the hyenas move in. They are not villains, they are another strategy. Stronger jaws, group pressure, a different way of surviving in the same system. The cheetah's strategy is speed. The theirs is endurance, power, and numbers. The plain belongs to none of them completely. It belongs to the resource, the timing, and the pressure between them. Night approaches. The mother leads her cubs away from the open ground. Cheetahs are often more visible by day, but darkness changes the balance. Lions move. Hyenas call. The cubs become harder to watch. The mother chooses a place where grass and low shrubs break the line of sight. The cubs settle close. They are fed, but not fully safe. No young cheetah is. Their future depends on learning a difficult truth. They are born from speed. But speed alone will not save them. They must learn when to hide, when to wait, when to follow, when to leave food behind, when a chase is worth the risk, and when it is already lost. The mother watches the plain in the fading light. Her body carries the cost of the day. One failed chase, one successful hunt. One meal partly lost to competitors, 3 cubs still alive. This is not triumph in the simple sense. It is balance. Temporary, fragile, and earned. By morning, the system will reset. The gazelles will spread across the grass again, the cubs will wake hungry again. The mother will scan the plain again. Nothing about being the fastest makes tomorrow easier. In fact, it may make the margin smaller. A lion can fail and still intimidate. A hyena can fail and return with others. A leopard can drag food into a tree. A cheetah has fewer backups. Its body has chosen one extraordinary solution: run faster than the moment of escape. But every solution creates a weakness. The cheetah's light frame helps it accelerate, but limits its strength. Its long legs create speed, but not protection. Its daylight hunting reduces some risks, but exposes it to others. Its success depends on distance, terrain, prey choice, and timing aligning in the same brief window. That is why this animal is not just a symbol of speed. It is a symbol of precision under pressure. The next day, the cubs follow their mother across the plain. They stop when she stops. They crouch when she lowers herself. They watch the herd ahead. One cub creeps too far forward. The mother turns sharply. The cub freezes, a small mistake, but not a harmless one. Movement at the wrong time can alert the prey. A failed stalk can erase an entire opportunity before the chase begins. The cub backs down. The mother waits. The herd continues feeding. The lesson holds. For the first time, the young cheetahs are not only watching speed. They are learning restraint, and restraint may matter more. The mother begins another stalk. This time, the cubs stay still. The camera of the savannah would see only a spotted cat lowering into grass, but inside that movement is the whole life of the species. A hunter too fast to ignore, too light to dominate, too specialized to waste chances. The cheetah does not rule the plains. It negotiates with them, with wind, with grass, with distance, with hunger, with the eyes of prey and the arrival of stronger predators. At last, the mother reaches the edge of cover. Ahead, an antelope lifts its head. The moment tightens. The cubs wait. The mother does not move yet. This is the real power of the fastest cat, not the sprint itself. The decision before it. Because once the chase begins, there is no pause, no correction, no second plan. There is only speed, dust, and the price of failure. The cheetah's world is not built on endless victory. It is built on narrow chances, a few seconds of acceleration, a few meters of distance, a few turns that decide whether hunger continues or breaks. And as the sun rises higher over the grassland, the fastest cat on earth remains what it has always been. Not an animal that can afford to run whenever it wants, but a hunter that must wait until failure is worth the risk.